use similar thing. I will take one router here, and I will take one switch here, and I will take some computer here, example 2 computer like this, and I will make the connection between this topology. This one I can say R0, and from here to here, to here, and this one is here to here, and this one I will connect. And IP schema, our wish, whatever we want to use, I can put like what we planned before. I can say I will use here 192.168.12.1/24. This is the IP schema here. And here what I can say here 12.2/24. Another side you have this. So this one is here. Let me move this little down like this. So this IP I am going to configure to this interface. This IP I am going to configure this interface. Whatever link is directly connected, we should use the same subnet. So here if you see /24, so three block for network, so that should be match. So this 3 is match here. So same subnet we can say directly connected should be in the same subnet. And here we can use example, I will use here 192.168.1.1/24. And here we can say this site I will use 192.168.2.1/24 like this. And this is the router R1, I can say this one is a R1, and this one I can say this is a R2. Our wish, I give like this name, and here I can say this is a switch 1 and this is a switch 2. Any name we can give, I am giving in the sequence. And here you need to remember this IP, if we configure here, that IP will be gateway for this and this. So gateway will be this 1.1, and here what other IP we can give, 1.1 we already used, so here we can give as a 1.2. So like this I will write 192.168.1.2. I will copy this, and then I will go here, I will paste here. Gateway will be the router interface IP, that is 1.1. Okay, and then I will put this here and 1.3, and I will copy this. We will go here, we will paste here. Gateway will be 1.3, 1.1 router interface IP. Same thing here also. Here you have 2.1, so I will give here IP as a 2.2. Whatever you have this side, that will be gateway this side. So here I will go inside the computer, I will assign the IP here, and we will put here 2.1. And here we will go and we will put here 2.3, and we will copy this, and we will go inside the computer, we will assign here, and this gateway we will put as a 2.1. So this is simple. Now we need to do the configuration of the OSPF. So first we need to assign the IP. So I will write here OSPF lab, and here first R1 configuration. So I will write like this R1 configuration, enable config T, host name R1, and I am assigning the IP interface F0/0. You can see this IP I need to put under this interface. So like this I can write IP address 192.168.12.1, give space 255.255.255.0, and we will write no shut. Then you have another interface F0/1. I will write here IP address 192.168.1.1, give space 255.255.255.0, and we will write no shut. And now how we can enable the OSPF means we will write router OSPF1, then network, and you need to calculate the network ID. You have these two interface. These two interface we need to advertise under the OSPF. So this interface network ID we need to write here. So network ID, if you remember, you have the /24. So this 3 block we will have, remaining the host bit we will make that 0. And then if you see this is a subnet mask, we need to write the network ID and the wildcard mask. So wildcard mask will be opposite of subnet mask. So I wrote like this. After that you need to write area, and we are taking area 0 example. So I wrote like this. And now you have another interface, this one. So I need to advertise this interface also in the OSPF. So I will write network ID we need to calculate. So here also /24 you have 255.255.255.0. So that's why this network ID will be 192.168.1.0, and then we can write the wildcard mask. I will put here same what we have, and then area 0. So this way we will configure the OSPF. Okay, this is the R1 OSPF configuration. I will copy and I will paste this configuration in the R1. And I will paste the configuration. We can see here nothing, no error, everything is good. We can save the configuration. And then I will go here. I need to do for R2 also. So similar thing we will do in the R2. I will write here R2 configuration. Enable config T host name R2. Then interface F0 by 0. IP address we will write 192.168.12.2. Give space 255.255.255.0. I will write no shut, then interface F0 by 1. We can write IP address 192.168.2.1. Give space 255.255. Subnet mask I am assigning 255.0, and we will write no shut, and here we will write router OSPF 1 network, and we will write 192.168.12.0, then wildcard mask here, then area 0. So you have another interface that is 2.0, and this is a wildcard mask, and area we have area 0. So I am writing the same thing. After that I will copy the same thing. I will paste this configuration in the R2. So let me go to R2, and here I will write here no, and then we will paste the configuration here. If you see everything is okay, we can save the configuration also, and we can wait for some time. After that you can go to the routing table and you can write here show IP route. When you write here show IP route, you will get the route. Still we did not get the OSPF route. We will have like this O, because we are getting the route from OSPF, so you will have O here, but nothing. So we need to wait for some time. We will see still it is not there. We need to wait. If we do correct configuration, you will get the route. If we do any misconfiguration, then it will not come. So we will wait. It will take some time. Or if you don't want to wait, here in the Cisco packet tracer you can do the fast forward like this. But in real scenario you need to wait. And see here they form the neighborship now, and we can check here. You can see I am learning this route from the OSPF. So you can say O is coming, that is nothing but OSPF. So I am here in the R1 router. How we can read? We are saying that one, this is the routing table from here to here, and in that one we are getting the route. This route, if anyone want to go to 192.168.2.0, they can, we need to forward to this one. So we are saying R1, if anyone want to go to 192.168.2.0 here, forward here 192.168.12.2, and from this much time this route is up, and this is a living interface. So this living interface is this one, and from this much time this route present in the routing table. And if you remember, we told AD value for the OSPF is 110. So this is a AD value 110. And this is a metric. Metric is a cos. Cos is 2 here. Because fast Ethernet is having the cos 1. So they will check the living interface. So this one and this one will be 1 plus 1 is a 2. That's why 2 came here. No need to worry. When we do the cos lab, that time it will be more clear for you. Now just remember in the routing table how you get the entry. You get the entry with the O. O indicate means it is coming from the OSPF, and it is saying if anyone want to go to this network, they can forward the traffic here. So it will come here, and this is the AD value of that one. AD value of OSPF by default is 110, so that came here, and the metric, that is metric is a cos, and you have the cos value is here 2. And this is the next hop. From this much time this route is up, and this is the living interface. This is the routing table. If you want to check the neighbor table, we can write show IP OSPF neighbor. So you will get the neighbor information here. So if you see, I am standing here, I want to check my neighbor, means who is connected to me directly, that is my neighbor. So I am the R1, R2 is my neighbor. So here when I write this one show IP OSPF neighbor, I am getting this table, and you can see this is the neighbor ID, the IP which we configure, that one they taken as the router ID, neighbor ID. We will see what is router ID after some time. So that IP will come here. By default, they have the priority 1 in the OSPF, so that came here. And here full, the state is full, and he is the DR, this one. Later we will see what is DR, BDR. So here just now you can see when you write this command show IP OSPF neighbor, you get the neighbor information. Who is your neighbor, that ID will come, and your neighbor priority is 1, he is in the full state, and he is a DR. And dead timer, if you remember, we told dead timer is from the 40 second. Hello timer is 10 second, dead timer is 40 second. So example, this is a R2 information. So R2 is saying we have the database table or OSPF database or topology table we are calling. If you want to see that one, we have this command show IP OSPF database. So with this one you will get the database of the OSPF.